Morning. How's your Tuesday going? Are you having the best day of your life? Remember, I spoke last week about setting your intentions and making sure that you're having the best day of your life. So let me know if you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Drop me a little note so I know you're on. And if you are on Insta, again, drop and say hi. And I'm going to talk a little bit about why diets don't work for you, the truths about diets and why they don't work for you. I'm going to give you guys a few more seconds to join me, but let me know how your Tuesday's going so far. It's a bit stormy in Edinburgh, not going to lie, it's a bit stormy. I think the storm was meant to happen overnight tonight, but it seems to have hit a little earlier, so it's all good. Alrighty, so let's get into it, delve into the truth about why diets don't work for you. Ultimately, diets work on calorie deficit. So whether it's keto, whether it's fasting, whatever terminology, trend you want to use, it's all about calorie restriction. And that tends to happen for a short period of time. So you can maintain it for a short period of time because you're focused on what you're eating and you're maybe taking out the junk food, little snacky habits you've got around biscuits, cake, crisps, so your little go-to comfort foods. And it helps to kind of focus us on eating healthier and taking those things out. So ultimately reducing the amount of calories you eat, which is where you see some short-term wins and you're like motivated from the action because actually you've got some results, right? Short term. But then what happens is your weight starts to plateau. Or you might even see it pop up a little bit, which is even more disconcerting. But yeah, it's that thing you see the weight plateaus, it pops up, it drops. You may be thinking, I want to go out and have a meal with family. I want to go out with friends. I've had a hard week. I deserve to have that bit of cake. I deserve to have a biscuit just because I feel like I should treat myself. And this is where the wheels start to fall off the diet. And this is why they tend to not work. So reason one, what I was explaining there, is when we start to not see the results we're getting initially, then we start to lose motivation and little things start to creep in. And before we know it, the wheels have fallen off and we've gone, sod it, this diet doesn't work. I'm not doing it anymore. It doesn't work for me. It was rubbish. Okay, yes, I got results initially, but I put the weight back on, and worst case, you might have even put even more weight on. And that's where you tend to have a yo-yo pattern around dieting, where people go on fad diets and they might do them for a wedding, for a holiday, just to get that weight off for the initial. And then they end up going back to old habits and their weight increases back up to what it was. Or like I say, in some scenarios, evidence is provided by scientists that's shown that those on yo-yo diets tend to put on even more weight after than before they started. And why is that? Because you're looking at the short term. Yes, it's great to get those benefits short term in terms of the weight loss. You probably feel a bit better from yourself, but it's not working for you. It's not sustainable with your lifestyle. Therefore, you hit the yo-yo diets because you're like, oh, I want to lose weight. I feel rubbish. I've got this wedding coming up. I want to feel good in my swimsuit, my bikini for the holiday. I want to lose a bit. And then you've got that motivation for that period of time. And then you go on holiday and it all falls apart. Okay, now if you might be cool with that, and that's fine. If you're happy being the yo-yo dieter, that is not an issue. But ultimately, you need something that's going to be sustainable. And that's why you need to focus on what you enjoy eating. So focus on what you enjoy eating day to day. Look at portion size, look at getting color in your food, and just kind of your habits. Identifying those habits you've got, like the 3 o'clock in the afternoon biscuits, the cakes, the bag of sweets. If you're someone like me and you can't have crisps in your house because you'll eat them all, then don't buy them. Or for crisps, look at ones that have not got flavor enhancer. Look at the ingredients, flavor enhancer, which makes you kind of want more and more of them. Okay, so there's lots of things you can do to have a sustainable, healthy eating lifestyle that doesn't mean that you're completely on a diet all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, the terminology diet is exactly that. Whatever you eat is your diet. So if you eat pizza all day, that is your diet. If you live off chippies, that is your diet, right? So your diet is whatever you eat, but I'm talking about the ones where you're restricting yourself of food and calories. So we spoke there about the short-term focus and the yo-yoing, but the other reason it doesn't work is because you feel like you're restricting yourself. I've used that word calorie restrictions, right? So you feel like you're restricting yourself and the things that you enjoy, like the Costa, the cake, the socializing, you feel like, God, there's no joy in life. What was the point? Yes, I've lost weight. I can fit back into my clothes for a period of time, but actually, all the things I enjoy in life, and I feel like I should be rewarded for all the stuff I do and be able to treat myself, has been taken away from me. And the chances are you're going to crave those things more, which can lead to binge eating of those foods and those drinks too. So think about actually what is sustainable for me is allowing yourself to have those treats, those things you enjoy. So the 80-20 rule, about 80% living on what you're enjoying, and the 20% of actually I'm going to have that because I fancy it. That's the difference. Morning, Joy. Hope you're well. And so it's all about how you live a life that you want in terms of what you eat and move as well. So, talking about exercise and movement. So, what is quality of life for you? There's a question for you. You're like, well, that's heavy for talking about diets, but this is the truth, right? Nutrition isn't just about what you eat, it's about whole of life. I always say that. So, what does quality of life mean for you? What are the things you want to enjoy? What are the things you want to experience? And I add that in here because food is social. Food is meant to be enjoyed. And when we're restricting ourselves and not enjoying the foods we want, then it's going to cause misery. We're going to be unhappy. There is a lot of unpacking we need to do around food, around nutrition. It is a big topic. But ultimately, what I want you to know about diets is that one, they are short term. These fad diets are short term. Two, you're restricting yourself. So you're going to crave the foods you enjoy. Three, you need to look at your lifestyle. What is your long-term lifestyle? What works for you? And be honest about what doesn't work for you. If going out for drinks at the weekend and you've got no energy and you end up losing out on the Sunday, the Monday, and I'm not saying you're going out and getting absolutely blottoed, but you're still feeling your energy is low after having those drinks, do you need to stop drinking? Do you need to cut back on that and look alternative things to do with friends, family that's not around the drinking culture in the UK? So really think about your lifestyle, things you enjoy, the things you want to do. And that is a key. And as I said, if you've been a yo-yo dieter all your life, please come speak to me and I will give you a guide on how to get out of the yo-yo dieting culture. The things you can focus on around portion control, eating the calories, enjoying the food, and not all about calorie restriction, because food is to be enjoyed. Life is to be enjoyed and experienced. And if you're miserable and you're restricting yourself and starving your body, that's not a good place to be. And the body's going to react to that, not in the way you want it to be. So ultimately, these fad diets are for the short periods of time. If you're calorie restricting yourself, if you're on things like Slimming World and Weight Watchers that say things like avocados are bad fat, but it's all right for you to have a fruity strombo, really? Like, question those things. Don't question the person you get a weigh-in for, because they'll chuck you out for questioning them fact on fact, right? But these fad diets, these companies that make money out of you yo-yo dieting, that's what they're there for. It's an industry. It's an industry worth billions every year making money out of yo-yo dieters. My clients come to me to get long-term results and lifestyle changes. And I actually messaged somebody last night to check in with them. They'd done my 2-week program, got it well over a year ago, and they're going great guns. They've got their movement in, they're enjoying food, they're recognizing what foods don't work for them, and they're feeling absolutely great off the back of what I've teach them. Are they still working with you? No, because you're not meant to work with me for a lifetime. I give you the tools, the skills, so that you can take that lifestyle and continue it and enjoy life and recognize what's working for you and what not, all the way through the stages of your life. So these companies are selling you the yo-yo diets. You're buying them. Are they getting you where you want to be? That's a question for you. If you want to reach out, like I say, for a little bit of how do you get off the yo-yo dieting, let me know. But ultimately, these are about short-term results, not long-term. So if you're serious about changing your lifestyle, if you're serious about loving the clothes, being able to fit into your jeans, making a long-term change for your body and your mind health, then ditch the diets, because they're just not going to work for you. Any questions, drop in my DMs. Let me know if that was helpful, and anything else you want to see on the lives, give me a shout. But go have an epic Tuesday, drop the diets, think about long-term healthy results, and that's what's going to get you where you want to be. Take care. Have a great day.